So in this video we are going to talk about the black man, an unarmed young man who was killed in Georgia while he went for jogging or running. So before we start, watch this video. So if you have seen the video, that is how the man was attacked. The man was attacked by the white man and his son. They attacked him, they shot him, and they killed him. So this is like typical life in America. So black men, whether you are from Africa or African American, the black teenagers, they've been being killed for I don't know how long, but it has been like a culture. They kill. So basically, for Africans, sometimes they kill our teenagers. Nobody even get to notice if somebody was killed. At least African American, they protest, they talk about it. It's like known. But for us, it doesn't even get to the medias. So I'm from a small tribe in Congo called the Banyamulenge. So the Banyamulenge community here in America, we have lost more than 10 teenagers through the gun shooting violence, and that was less than 2 years. And we are from one of the tribe that is very, very conservative. No drinking, no smoking, no drugs, nothing. Yet our people, innocent person walking, they just shoot you. Even here in America, in Iowa where I live, there was another man from Congo who was shot. So he just walking, luckily he survived, but it's like terrible, but that's normal in America. So now let me share my story about how I experienced racism in America. Racism is real, whether you're from Africa. So there's always positive thing about this. One thing we can learn overall before I share my story is that if you're black, nothing more. You are black, you are black. It doesn't matter. Everything else is just division, which means has no meaning. So let me share my experience coming to America and how I experienced racism. So I came to America at a young age. I went to high school here in America, and I lived with a beautiful white family. So I stayed with the lady I stayed with, who was a white. She was a lawyer, so she is like my mother. She is still my mother. So she raised me the same way she would raise the same way a black mother would raise her son. So when I was a freshman in high school, she had the conversation with me. She was like, "Alex, my son, white people, white police, they might kill you, they might shoot you. They have been shooting black teenagers. So I want you to be careful. When you go outside for a run, jogging, always be in a visible place. Try to avoid being in ways that in the places where nobody's seeing you." So because they have been shooting black teenagers. So first, to be honest, I have never understood what she was talking about, because why would anyone talk bad about her tribe? Because she was white, so I just assume she's gonna be defending white. But she was a lawyer. So I was lucky. I ended up in a good hands. So she was a lawyer. She understood the discrimination and the hatred towards black people in America. So she talked to me the same way a black mother would talk to her son. And I never understood because I didn't take serious. I feel like I was white. I was living in a white neighborhood, beautiful everything. I go out to eat whatever, and living in a beautiful neighborhood, having everything, having parties, hosting parties with friends. So I was like, I'm white, you know what I'm saying? I'm white, so I got everything. But she told me, "You are not white as you think. Be careful, they might shoot you just because you're black." So long story short, one day I went for a jog. I went with our dog. And then I was running with a dog, with holding the leash, And then I dropped the leash or the rope, and then the dog took off. I was like, what's going on here? So I have to run after the dog to catch the dog so that doesn't disappear or get lost. So after I catch the dog, next thing I know, the police was all over me with their light shining, you know. And then this white police officer just came out of the car, and then he started questioning me like, why am I stealing the dog? Can you imagine? I took our dog for a walk. I dropped the rope, the dog took off. I'm running after the dog. Because I'm black in a white neighborhood, you know, he just assumed I'm stealing a dog. He asked me for like 10 minutes. I kept saying, this is our dog. This is our dog. Please let me go. This is our dog. No, this is your dog. This is your dog. Same question over and over for about 10 minutes. I got mad. I was like, and then something started clicking in my mind. Oh, maybe my white mother was right. Maybe I am not white as I think. So from that time, I realized I start finding myself who I am in America. I start realizing that I am not who I think I am. I am black man in America. And I start accepting myself who I am as a different person. You know, I stop comparing myself to my friends because they have privileges of which I do not have. And so now I am fully happy with my life. I'm accepting myself, and I still struggle. And I want to explain to people that if you're black, you need to find your own identity and be happy with it, and keep fighting for injustice and advocating for your people. We need to talk about it because it is affecting our communities. The racism is there, and we need to talk about it. I can go so many incidences where I encountered discrimination because I'm black. Have to do nothing with me doing something wrong just because of my skin. So if you're black in Africa, wherever you might be, no, you need to know that we are the same people. We might hate each other, kill each other, whatever those tribal conflicts. At the end of the day, the white man is going to look at you as a black. They look at this. We look at our physical features, our cultures, whether you have cows, whether you're farmers. We look at all those things that are not necessary. But for them, they just look here. You are melanated people, therefore you are inferior, and those with no melanin, they are higher superior. They just think they are smarter, they know more. Sometimes they might not be knowing they might not know what they are talking about, but because it's a speech being delivered by a white person, all of a sudden everybody's listening. They assume they know what they are talking about. Therefore, be careful if you're a black teenager watching this video in America. Be careful. Don't think you're white. You're not white. You don't have some privileges as white people. Be careful. Listen to your mom, and you will be okay. And let's keep talking about this. Leave your comments. See what you think. What advice can you give young black people? Because this thing has been happening. It's still happening. The one in Georgia is not the last one. There's way more who is killed after him. So I think the video was from February. So the video just released this week, but the jogging man was killed in February. So leave your comments. Thank you.